Have you ever pondered the mystery of how house prices are determined? It's not as random as it might seem. In fact, there's a good deal of science behind it. Welcome to the intriguing world of linear regression, a statistical method used to predict an outcome based on the relationship between variables. Imagine walking into a room full of balloons. Now suppose each balloon represents a house, and the size of the balloon corresponds to the house's price. The bigger the balloon, the higher the price. This, in essence, is what linear regression is all about. Linear regression is like a best-fit straight line drawn through the data points on a graph. This line is a predictive model that allows us to estimate the relationship between two variables: the input feature, which is the size of the house in our case, and the target output, the price of the house. This line of best fit is not a wild guess, but rather a calculated prediction based on a formula that minimizes the sum of the squared differences between the actual and predicted values. This formula, known as the least squares method, is the backbone of linear regression. As simple as it might sound, linear regression is an incredibly powerful tool used in a wide range of fields, from real estate to finance to healthcare. It helps us understand and quantify the relationships between variables and make predictions about future outcomes. Let's take a moment to recap. We've unveiled the mystery behind how house prices are determined. We've learned that it's not as random as it might seem, but rather a calculated prediction based on the relationship between the size of the house and its price. We've discovered that linear regression is a best-fit straight line drawn through the data points on a graph, and this line allows us to estimate and predict outcomes. We've also learned about the least squares method, a formula that minimizes the sum of the squared differences between the actual and predicted values. In the end, it's clear that linear regression is not just a fancy term used by statisticians. It's a practical tool that can be applied in our everyday lives, helping us make sense of the world around us. Thank you for joining this journey into the world of linear regression. Remember, the next time you're wondering about house prices, think about the balloons. The bigger the balloon, the higher the price.